Hello everyone, my name's Steph, I'm Botanist Cool. Today I'm here with the Ace Attorney expert herself, Katie. Now today's gonna be a bit of a different episode for two reasons. One, I gotta show you guys something really interesting. Two, I'm splitting today's stream into two recordings because I'm gonna be off for about 2 weeks from streaming. I am going on a vacation, which will be absolutely lovely. So we're gonna do basically episode 1. We'll take a 5-minute break and then episode 2. But before we start this episode, I gotta show you guys something I found. That's told Katie I found in case like Steph, no, you can't spoil yourself. Don't worry, no spoilers. But I do have to show you guys what I found. I found concept art of our boy Naruhodo and of Van Zeek's in the gallery, and I find it so obviously, like, you know, when it comes to our portraits, we can go through a whole bunch of these characters, right? There's Ryunosuke. We have this beautiful man. Look at him. He even takes out his sword in some of these pictures, which is cool. And I'm like, that's a cool outfit. I don't think we've seen that one.
We have, actually. He wears it in cutscenes when he's walking around London. Only in cutscenes, never in sprites.
Okay, that's why it looks so familiar. But I vaguely remembered him in a cape. But like, you know. Then there's this scene, and I'm like, oh my god, they really tried to make that ancestry obvious of those first two on the left and that one on the bottom.
I kind of like the ones on the left, actually.
You don't like them?
I said I do.
You do. I mean, I get why you like them, but like I really like. Well, I like how they did this one. I like Naruhodo. I do not like the ones on the right. The ones on the right are fucking wild.
Yeah, the ones on the right I'm not as big of a fan of. I wish I could see. Like, I wonder why they didn't go with the ones on the left. Like, did it not look good in 3D?
Well, here's the thing. They also have this, so...
oh, no.
Yeah, so the one on the left is the basically Phoenix Wright version, which, don't get me wrong, doesn't look bad.
Why does it not look very... I don't know. It doesn't look as good as it did in black and white. Yeah.
Well, I mean, this is like flat color... on a shade, like the hair is not finished on a near finished face.
Maybe that's part of it. Maybe it would look better because they do seem kind of rough. So. Yeah.
But yeah, no. So like, I wrestled the idea to create something that is very realistic and faithful to the period and Ryunosuke's personality while still being suggestive of his descendants' manga's hairstyle. So like, these sketches were from the first proposals. No scenarios were written at the time. So Ryunosuke younger, ended up his hairstyle was more heavily based on his descendants rather than some faithful to the period. So they were going between like faithful to the period, descendant, etc. And they obviously ended up with what our boy has, which you kind of see does have a little bit of the spike on the side of his head. You know, he's got a little bit of the spike on his head.
I mean,
but like. As I was saying, like they wanted to take more from the period itself.
Yeah, would it have been like that from the period? I mean, I don't know, but wouldn't the period have had them with him with like long hair?
Male hairstyles during the period, the Meiji Japan, were nowhere near as diverse as they are today. They were either cropped short, side parted, or swept back. Is what the
oh really cropped short, huh? Interesting.
Yeah. That's what. Oh, I can zoom in. Oh, okay. I don't know how to zoom out. There we go. Then you have like this little chibi version, and you see he has a little bit of that nod to the spikiness of his things, like, you know, cute. So there's that. I loved seeing this. It was really cool to see all these like pictures. I love this outfit so much. It's so good. There's Susato. Now Susato's design, from what I could tell, hadn't changed a lot. In her whole shtick, they're all pretty similar. There's differences in clothing, and the hair's a bit different, but you know, they wanted to make it more folksy. Earlier, Takumi's scenario development, I got a better feel for her character and softened her to a refined young lady. Oh, okay, I see the difference now. But I think they did really good by her. Then we have Herlock Shlomes. Have you seen this guy's arts?
Again, I feel like I probably browsed through it at some point, but it's been a while, so I don't remember.
So, you have his bag, which I'm very grateful that I can see everything in his bag. Apparently, he has a printer in it, which is fucking wild. And I'm like, look at everything that's inside of here.
Oh my goodness, I love that.
It's so cool. I love everything about his gun. Just connects to his backpack and shoots out shit. I love it. And then it has like a whole thing on his gun and his equipment, which is really cool. I loved it. It was great. They have his, you know, goggle design. I feel like this is just normal him, but his hair's a little poofier. I don't know if that's...
I think that's just normal him.
Yeah, his hair just felt poofy. Yeah, I think it's normal him. Oh, here's something. This was a very early sketch proposal suggested to portray a somewhat dark blend of heavy steampunk influence. The other Sholmes' was too diluted. The design was scrapped. This was one of his earlier designs, which was, I guess, a bit more serious. This was
like if he was competent.
Competent Herlock Shlomes. That's not a thing. That's not possible. Then there was Iris. So Iris obviously has a lot of great designs. She's got her gun and everything here too. What's her backpack all about? This is something I did not notice, but like a cute little... Oh my god, look at those keychains! I never noticed those. Oh, it's so cute. It's Herlock and Iris. Yeah, look at them. Look at them. So adorable. Apparently this is one of her, this is how they attempted to design her before. No history this time when Iris was in a hat for her out and clothing that says this character hasn't been finished. I drew her older than in the final game with a more ladylike atmosphere. Which, honestly, this is a pretty cool design. I dig it.
It is.
And here's some other one. These sketches were when I was exploring the elements of a magical girl to incorporate into Iris' design to give her more of a punch. She had a brighter look than her previous one. Fair. You can see like the magical girl influence.
Yeah.
Almost like reminds you of Madoka Magica. And this illustration I drew when Iris was almost complete contains all the key elements that make up her design, though her face is a little more mature than in the final cut. In the end, I gave her a slightly brighter and more bubbly expression, including additionally like purposes to make young Miss Wilson be all known in the game. So like, I think it's just really cool to see that. Now this is my favorite one. Nope, not that one. I'm not gonna look at this one because I assume there might be a spoiler somewhere in here, and I don't want Katie to get mad at me if I accidentally stumble upon it. This one though, we have to talk about what they did with Baron von Zieg. So ingrain this beautiful face in your mind. You're not gonna see much of it for the rest of it. All right. So we do get a look at his saber, which is kind of cool. But at the same time, they showed us. Oh, sorry. They showed us a lot of other kind of like not different, but not different Baron von Ziegs. They're all really weird.
It looked like his forehead big. Or something.
He's got like a 6 head. I got a fucking forehead. He's got like a 6 head there. I don't know, but then they turned Xander von Fire emblem. And I was just like, I'm like, are these guys trying to make like traditional Alexander the Great with this guy by accident? Like,
I think it would have. I don't know. This design seems fun for him. Like, it's not. I do like the one we ultimately got, but I think this one could also work for him. The only drawback being is that it's too close to Shulm, like, or not too close to Shulm, but like, you know, like, just the yellow poofy hair. I think they should be more distinct, which is probably why some changes went in.
We
Some of these
have
are not good.
we have the cast of Kingdom Hearts
I do
right
like
here.
the right. I do like the one on the right. I don't know if that's very good for him, but I like the design, like in general. On the right, I don't think I like it for Van Zeeks, but I like it in general. The other two is kind of like, no. Maybe the one in the middle for like an entirely different type of character that I don't even know what it would be, but I really don't like the one on the left.
The one in the middle just screams Kingdom Hearts bad guy to me. It really does. And the one on the right too. The one on the left, I don't know what to make of. I don't know what to make of all these. Like, these sketches are fucking wild. Like, I love it. I love how like we can see like their clear art direction changing, but like, oh, and then there's this one. This is a proposal I made quite fond of. Is more of a pained expression in the final version. The cloak was modeled as the raven's plumage. I've always enjoyed Dark Heroes, so I really enjoyed Van Zeeks. I don't mind this one. I like this one. I just feel like it's not Van Zeeks.
It's not Van Zeeks.
This is a awesome character design. I love it. It's just not Dracula Van Zeeks. Half of it is just simply the fact that they gave him the Dracula voice and they make Dracula jokes out of him. But the other half of it is just like...
Well, even then, like, I don't see him throwing wine chalices. I don't... Right? Like, if you can't see him throwing a wine chalice, then it's not Van Zeeks.
Yeah, that's a good point. All right. So on a scale of 1 to 10, the likelihood of this guy to throw his hallowed chalice, 1 out of 10.
Yeah.
What about the one on the left here? What on a scale?
The one on the left is actually a 9 out of 10, I think.
Yeah.
For throwing a wine glass.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna go 8 out of 10. I'm gonna go 8 out of 10. I don't think it's I don't feel like they 7 because I don't feel like this Van Zeeks would even have wine.
No, that one would have like it wouldn't be like the same level of refinement.
Yeah.
Maybe, but they would still they'd throw their cheap wine glass. They'd throw their plastic wine glass against the wall.
Their Fred Solo cup.
And it would bounce a little bit, but it would stain everything and they'd walk out in a huff.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Van Zeeks number 2, 0 out of 10. You think the middle one would throw the fucking wine glass?
4 out of 10.
Really?
I think he would. I think he wouldn't do it at an easy provocation, but I think he would while saying, "What is a man?"
What is a man? Now on the right, I'm giving a solid 8 out of 10. This dude's throwing wine glasses everywhere. And
6 out of
I think
10.
You think on the left...
Yes, I think the one on the left is very likely to throw wine glasses.
I feel like the one on the right is the more likely to throw wine glasses. And not only that...
Maybe our definition of throwing wine glasses is different. If you see, wine glass throwing has very little to do with class.
Yeah.
Class is a part of it. Like, being classy is like a part of it, but it's not the main component. There's another more subtle component that I haven't spent enough time thinking about, but I can identify it on sight, and the one on the left has it.
Okay, fair enough. So you'll tell
maybe it's a flair for the dramatic. I feel like the one on the left has a bigger flair for the dramatic.
See, I feel like the one on the right has a bigger flair for dramatic. That's what I was getting at. Like, the one on the right seems more outlandish theatrical.
The one on the left... Okay, let me put it like this. The one on the left is more likely to act out, but more likely to care less. The one on the right is more likely to care more, but less likely to act out.
Okay. This Van Zeeks.
This one's a tough one.
I know. Because, like, my immediate temptation is actually to go pretty high. But at the same time...
My temptation was low, but then the more I looked at him, the higher it goes.
The wild thing is that's the exact opposite for me. And the more I look at him, the lower I want to go. Because, like, I feel like there's a sternness to him. But not necessarily...
Well, hold on. Let's go back to the original Van Zeeks. Because maybe our scales is all off.
There we go. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, see, so, like Van Zeke's like, okay, so throwing the wine. Okay, I gotta readjust my scale to Van Zeke's.
All right, Van Zeke's is our neutral like pH of 5 out of 10, right? Like,
I feel like he should be a little bit higher because, well, because of his propensity. That's like I wasn't rating Van Zeke's at a.
oh, well, all right.
But, like, it's hard because like part of me wants to.
Let's make Van Zeke's the center of the graph, right? Is the variation we're looking at more or less likely to throw a glass than Van Zeke's? Is our question. That's I think that's how we should go by it.
Okay, my scale is now reset.
So our base is Van Zeke's. We're gonna go through all the Van Zeke's designs, and we are going to rate them on if they are more or less likely to throw their Hallowed Chalice or cheap wine glass than base Van Zeke's. All right. And and if we want to give it a scale, give it our own personal scale of like, oh yeah, no, like 100 times more likely or something like that. You know what I'm saying? That's up to you. So here's our base. This man.
I would like to.
Yeah. What do you want?
Part of me wants to change the scale from throwing a wine glass to throwing the wine bottle with his 2 fingers.
Okay, sure. So specifically with 2 fingers.
Yes, the flick of the wrist back, because the thing about like throwing the wine glass is like there's so much variation, like
that's true.
In the way that you can do it. There's only one way you can throw the wine glass or the entire wine, like
yeah, like
I don't know. I feel like this is like the scale is throwing the entire wine bottle.
Okay, sure.
With your 2 fingers, tossing it back like you don't even care.
The sass that comes off that one, yeah.
The sass that comes off that way, because you can throw a wine glass so many different ways. There's so many different variables to account for.
Okay, fair enough. so here's the thing too.
So 2 ratings.
Van Zeke's has multiple animations for throwing the wine glass. Some of them are like angry, some of them are haughty, yada
Some of
yada.
them are like he crushes it in his hand.
Yeah.
Like there's so many different there's too many variables.
So we need to specifically say, we specifically say, are they more or less likely to sassily throw their wine bottle behind them, the entire bottle behind them into the galley with like 2 fingers? That is our scale here.
Yes, that is the new scale.
Okay. This Van
Less likely.
Less likely. 100%. This guy feels like he's sitting in the corner of like the tavern, like super edgy, and just kind of like drinking his wine bottle, and it comes out into the defendant corner. I feel like he's the Godot of wine bottles.
It looks like it's hard to tell if it's just not the other eye drawn in, or if the scar is going over the eye now in some of them. Like,
well, the hairstyle's also like, quite different.
Like, you see how like some of them don't have the eye? For me, for some reason, it's just like his eye got scarred, and how does his eye get scarred? By shards of glass that flecked in it from when he smashed it, so he doesn't smash it anymore. So he doesn't smash anything anymore. Because he injured his eye, so he's less likely.
He had his smashing days back in the past. Okay. So yeah, I'm less likely here.
Less likely.
My instinct is to say more, but the more I look at it, I do think less.
More likely to stomp his leggy onto the desk. More likely to stomp his leggy. Less likely to throw the wine bottle.
See, I'm putting it in my head right now. I'm imagining this guy rendered in 3D. I don't see him using 2 fingers.
No.
But I see him just kind of flipping it behind him, like more haughty instead of sassy. Just like pish posh, like fuck you, more than like.
He can't. He couldn't do it with the 2 fingers. I feel like everything, like he would have, like he would like do some sort of animation where like he like twirls it in front of him and then throws it back.
So he's less likely to use those 2 fingers, but I do think I'm gonna put this as an asterisk, like a little footnote. I still think he's throwing his wine bottles. I think he's throwing his wine bottles, but more like an asshole instead of being a sassy bitch.
Yeah, I can't see it. The thing is I can't see him throwing it behind him.
You think he's throwing it in front of him? Or to the side?
Yeah. I feel like he never looks back. And he never throws anything. He's all about moving forward, this one. I can see it in his eyes.
He throws out of your nose, like, yeet! Okay, fair enough. So less likely to do it exactly like our boy, but he is still throwing wine bottles. Just in other ways. He also breaks
his wine glasses he slams his fist down, but his fist is holding the wine glass and it just shatters.
Yeah, I see that. No, I see that 100%. Yep, okay. All right, starting with the left here. Left's definitely doing 2-finger mode. I can see that. I don't think it's as much.
I don't think left is doing 2-fingered mode. I feel like left has a flair for the dramatic, and like that's too much of a sort of like. It's like Van Zeeks is just sort of like throwing it back because like he can't even. Like he's just sort of like ugh. I don't think this one is capable of. I think this will. Well, maybe to like some minor degree, but like they get like when they actually get flustered, they like their hair goes all funny and then like let out scream.
I have to say, I think. I
don't think this one tosses it with the fingers, or.
I think this one does it just as sassily as Van Zeek's. Maybe not the same finger pose or whatever, but like the same daintiness. I think this one takes the bottle
like by the base, like in their hand.
Okay.
And like tosses it back, like holds it like sideways and tosses it back like that.
Like like. I'm gonna say equivalent to Van Zeek's. You can say whichever one you want.
I'm gonna say possibly throwing things more frequently, not in the same manner at all. I like if the metric is that sort of like refined sass, like no, there would be more emotion to them. I feel like
okay.
Van Zeeks has the facade of like, I'm so done with this, I can't even.
so this Van Zeeks is more emotive, is what you're getting at.
Yeah, like, I don't know, something about the way he tosses it back is like, I don't care about what you said the same way I don't care about this wine bottle. This one feels like they would care very much about many things.
So, number 2, fucking less likely, like no goddamn tomorrow.
No, I think that they could do the same. I think they're just as likely as Van Zeeks.
See, here's the thing.
I can see that one. Like, look into its eyes.
Yeah.
Look into his eyes.
Yeah.
Look into his face.
Yeah.
I can see him closing his eyes, taking the bottle by the neck with his 2 fingers and flicking it back.
No, see, I see this guy just like takes the bottle and he just throws it away into like a trash can, or you know, I feel like this guy's responsible.
I think we feel about this guy the way I felt about the guy on the left.
I feel like this guy just like he pours himself a glass. He gently puts like the remainder in the remaining entire bottle in the recycling bin. Takes the glass and throws that into the recycling bin as well. Like that's what I feel. I feel that just like he went through all the effort. He's so
I see what you're saying. I just don't. I see the exact vibe that you're saying, and I kind of see why you see it, but I just don't see. I just don't feel it.
I can just see this man being like, pour. Throw it in the recycling bin. Takes a waft. Throws it in the recycling bin. bitch. You thought. You know, that's exactly how I see it. So, a lot less likely. For me.
I'd say the same.
Okay.
I'd say the one on the left is less likely just because the one in the middle is the same.
Okay. The one on the right, I'm putting more likely. Like, I'm putting more likely to be more flair, more drama, more everything.
I'm putting less likely. I don't know. I'm putting less likely for him. He doesn't seem to have a flair for the dramatic. He's too normal looking.
You know who he reminds me of?
He reminds me of someone, but I have no idea who.
He reminds me of the prosecutor in AA4. The German man.
No.
Yeah,
what are you talking about?
the prosecutor, the one that everyone Clavier.
Yeah, I have no idea what you're saying to me right now. It's like if you saw a picture of Iris and it's like, you know who Iris reminds me of? Manfred von Karma.
I know! The one in the middle reminds me of Manfred von Karma. The one on the right reminds me of...
No, I'm saying the comparison you just did is...
It's not that crazy! He gives me that
Iris.
same vibe, that same smug look. It's the same vibe that Clavier's got, just with the face of Edgeworth.
I think you should probably experience Ace Attorney 4 before you decide what Clavier is.
He's just got the face of Edgeworth and it's got a bit of a smug look like Clavier.
I think you should experience who Clavier is first.
I mean, we will eventually. It's gonna happen.
If I had to give it to anyone, I'd say... No, I'm not even gonna say that. No, he looking at him reminds me of someone, but I don't know who.
Okay. So, yeah.
Like, and it's bothering me that I can't figure out who, because they look like it's like I have seen this man before.
He does have Edgeworth's face a bit. I'm not gonna lie.
That's not it. It's like the hair, the color scheme, everything reminds me of someone, but I couldn't tell you who.
Oh, is it one of the guys from Castlevania?
I wouldn't be surprised, but I never watched Castlevania.
Yeah, but like I wouldn't be surprised if it was like Alucard or some shit. Like, I don't know if that's their name, but like I kind of see Castlevania vibes coming off this guy for sure. This guy has the most Dracula-like appearance of the three of these.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
And yet, I feel like it's a more grounded Dracula.
Okay. Alright, next. Fuck. He feels so proper.
The ability to... Okay, so... Wine glass smashing, 0. Ability to throw bottleneck? I'd give him, like... I'd put him slightly under Van Zeek's, but only slightly.
I see him giving it to a bird and the bird leaving with it. I see him like he just gives it to a fucking crow and the crow leaves. He doesn't feel like... I feel like this guy barely moves. I feel like he's at attention all the time.
That's the thing, is like, I feel like the level of detachment that Van Zeek's goes for when throwing the wine bottle, that vibe is there, and that is what's throwing me off. But the thing is this guy doesn't move.
No, 100% not. He gives it to his crow friend, and his crow friend puts it back in his own like prosecutor's office, so he can bring it the next day to do it again. Oh, hold on. Oh, it's miscellaneous ones. So like, then there's what's his name? Mr. Mikotoba. Aochi, which fucking Aochi on the right looks wild. I know they kind of have that when you cut off his hair the first time, it kind of goes down, but like it just looks even wilder for some reason, right? Like that. The judge, love the judge. This guy for some fucking reason. This guy, yes sir, no sir, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Our boy, Hosanaga. Forgot her name.
Giselle Brett.
Wait, Are there chicks in there?
Don't you remember her breakdown where the goose went absolutely wild and then laid a bunch of chicks? It was so cute.
I don't remember that.
Oh my god, how cute
I remember the
is
goose
it?
going wild, but not her laying eggs. Oh, yeah, I remember her. I forgot her name. Oh, our judge, our boy. He's such a Santa Claus. I gave him the colors for it, too. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Oh yeah, these are the jury members.
Yeah.
The only ones, obviously. Toseki Natsume and Wagahai.
You say the only ones like we didn't get a whole bunch of new ones this trial.
Nah. For a second I thought he shit himself on the right, but no, it's just the burns. Oh, they're cute, yeah. But you see why I thought that the new guy's scarf. Anyways, and then there's Gina and Tobias, Strongheart, Eggs Benedict, and that's all we got so far. See, like I can't see this one. Unlocked upon completion, so like I can't even see that one. So yeah, I wanted to go through those. By the way, there's also extra episodes we could watch later too. Like they're just extra episodes of like animation, I think. So we'll watch those after we're done with everything. But I hope you guys enjoyed that really big 30-minute tangent of just talking about how likely different variations of Van Zeeks are to throw the wine bottle the same way Van Zeeks throws the wine bottle. I had fun with that one. I'm not gonna lie, that was fun.
Yeah.
Fuck, those Mr. Nerd faces. Stupid nerd brain. Dumb fuck ruining everything in the courtroom's face voice again. He is such a clown, I should give him Mo's voice. He's such a fucking clown, I should give him Mo's voice, because he just fucking clowns around in there. Oh yeah, no, my science experiment. It's impossible to do that because I'm an asshole. Fuck you, hairbrain. Katie, you never told me how frustrated I'd be at every single character in this game.
I remember being mildly about this guy, but like I found Champspear worse.
Yes, but I still want to strangle this guy. Mr. Naruhodo! What on earth are you playing at just now? Or rather, what on earth were you playing at all along? My hypothesis, my amazing hypothesis. You've been picking holes at it from the start. Sorry about that. But you promised me. You said you'd prove it my dreaded explosion was an accident, not a murder. You said you'd keep my precious invention from falling into anyone else's hands. But all you've done so far is try to undermine me. Yeah, I did make you a promise, you're right. I said that I'd believe in you and fight for your freedom to the very end. But I also told you I was no scientist. I don't understand your hypothesis. The fact is, there's an undeniable flaw in your logic, isn't there? But if I run through some equations... Yes, you see, it's because my work is incomplete.
Cool. It was flawed at the time of the experiment, literally all I care about.
Yeah, like you're just like, hey, by the way, I fixed the problems we had there, therefore it should work perfectly. Oh fuck, I guess I am murderer. Precedence, nevertheless, a man died as a consequence, didn't he? Oh no!
Did you forget?
Yeah, I did. Because to him, what is a casual murder in science, you know? No big deal. You're right. You're so right. It's all my fault. And I have no right to blame you for my failures. I'm a disaster, not just as a scientist, but as a human being, yes. I actually agree with this, yes. Well, that might be a little, and I mean very little over the top. While we're on the subject, What about Baroque? You saying Barack?
I think it's Baroque. Just say whatever.
It's just like this is not Barack Obama. He's not Barack Obama.
Maybe that's why I keep saying Baroque.
That's exactly why I keep saying Barack. Cause I see that I'm like, oh Barack. No, Baroque.
Yeah, no. I think it's supposed to be Baroque because the word Baroque, but
the old art thing bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
What about Baroque? He's being awful. Claiming his old university friend to be a murderer, you mean? He's a disaster, not just a prosecutor, but as a human being. Yeah, that I'll agree with. Oh, but no, wait. He's the Reaper, isn't he? Perhaps he's not classified as Homo sapiens anymore. You're not a scientist. Is this dude a scientist?
it's so funny that he's like, oh, don't worry, I'm not racist, but I don't. So like, that's good. Check that box. But like, if you have a title, you might not be human.
Wow, that's cleared up. Can I double check something with you? Ah, yeah, what? The machine and the nutrition you prepared, they were all based entirely on your hypothesis, I presume. There was no trickery involved? I drew the plans for the machine with my very own hands. Everything was painstakingly drawn from the firm belief that scientists is the only future. So yes, it is my hypothesis that hasn't reached maturity yet, but please, Mr. Naruhodo, you must believe in it. I don't. Alright, Professor, I understand. Counsel, defendant. The prosecution's witness are ready to take the stand. Court is about to be in session. Make your way to the courtroom, please.
Okay, I gotta get ready.
Oh, do we have one of the
We've
viewers?
got
Oh, is
some
Gina coming in?
interesting one.
Dawn's
No,
demonstration.
Don't even worry about it.
The professor's hypothesis is sound as he claims. It leaves him as the only person who could possibly have killed the victim. But on the other hand, Mr. was adamant. A practical implementation such as the one attempted by the professor at the Great Exhibition is quite impossible. So really, what should I be trying to prove here? The Old Bailey Court. The prosecution is ready, my lord. As is the defense, my lord. Indeed, they did. And as luck would have it, one of them is a police detective. So the testimony we're about to hear can be considered highly reliable.
Maybe I have the wrong one.
Perfect, the detective of all people. The prosecution stands to remain unchanged. Though it ended in tragedy, the demonstration of the day in question was scientifically sound. And consequently, the sole person for the opportunity to have committed the act of murder is the only other individual to have been present at the stage at the time, the accused. Bailiff, show the witnesses in. The witnesses whose proximity to the incident of the day in question will clarify the truth unequivocally. Who the fuck are you people?
Yeah, I was half right.
Hi, Gina.
I didn't think Gina was part of it. I got confused with a different case.
I got you. Witnesses, state your names and occupation for the court to hear. I don't like... What is his hat? His hat, it fucking has like a rocket going down. Hot air balloons, the rocket goes up, you dipshit.
It looks like it's going up.
This is going down.
Oh, this must be one of the ones where, like, have you ever seen those, like, gifs where, like, you see it going one way, and if you focus, you can make it go the other way?
Hold on, I'm gonna try that right now. So if I focus on the red, it looks like it's going down, but if I focus on the blue, I can see it going up if I focus on the blue. If I focus on the red, it's so much easier for my brain to focus on the red and the yellow, which makes it immediately go down. Okay.
I'm struggling to make it go down, actually. Yeah, I can't make it go down. I'm trying.
My name is Balthazar. I am the impressor of the hot air balloons of the vicinity and the experimental stage. That's me, isn't it?
That's you, it's a guy.
Fuck.
I wouldn't even try an attempt.
Oh, my name is Wisham Gosher Sigurd Anderson. I have come to see the great exhibition all the way from my home in Bohemia. Wait, what? Where's Bohemia? Please tell me it's not in Germany, because I just did a German accent.
I'm pretty sure there's at least one country in Ace Attorney that's made up, and I don't want to like show my entire face by like with egg on it by saying it's this.
Bohemia is the westernmost and largest historical region in the Czech Republic.
Okay, no, it's not that. What is the fake? They do have a fake one somewhere. Hold on, it's a.
Fuck, I don't know any Czech accents. I don't want to give this dude just a fucking German accent and insult anyone who fucking listens to this in the future.
Or that's why I got it confused. It's Virginia is the fake. Or wait, no. Yeah, Virginia I think is the fake one in investigations, and I don't know why I got it mixed up. I think it's just because I saw the VO and I was like, oh, this must be the fake one, and I didn't read any.
You know who this guy reminds me of, actually?
I was like, wait, there's a fake one, but I don't think this is it, and I was so confused. I was like, I was so ready to say, oh, this is the fake one, and then I read it again, and I was like, wait, hold on.
You know who this guy reminds me of in the worst way?
Yeah, it's Virginia is the fake one.
He makes me think of, like, fucking Batman.
Robin, maybe?
Well, no, I went to Robin, sure. But then I saw the head wound, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure one of his parents got shot in the head, so it's Batman. I'm not giving him the Batman voice, but like, it's just like where my brain went. I was like, yeah, this kid's like future Batman, like future Czech Batman. God, I don't know what voice to give him. I'm gonna get super high. I'm gonna have to see the great exhibition of these.
Was from Virginia.
Yeah, I'm just gonna give him high. I'm not gonna give him an accent.
So, forgive me for getting that mixed up for some stupid reason. I was a long day at work.
You're good. I'm very rich.
Inspector Gina Lestrade, Scotland Yard. I'm a great detective. Even Sherlock Holmes agrees. I was on security duty at the exhibition. I got to go up in one of them balloons. It was amazing.
Gina again. She did mention that she'd see the disaster from up in the balloon, actually, didn't she? And she clearly loved every minute of it. There was 3 balloons flying near the public experimentation stage when the incident occurred. 2 of these witnesses were in one such balloon at the time, and saw the event unfold from the skies above. I know who the murderer is. The murderer is the kid. Listen, he's rich enough to buy a crossbow. He dropped it from the balloon. It fell down, hit the tree that it was next to, and
then teleported the body.
And teleported the body. Exactly. Thank you. Oh, I gave the squirrel. Okay. Very something like they were in the clouds. It was only the altitude of circa 60 feet, very low.
Oh, you can't see nothing if you fly too high, can you?
60 feet? About 18 meters then. What's the kid's badge on his chest?
I think that's the flag of the place, isn't it?
I don't know. Anyways.
Bohemia, sorry.
No,
My brain keeps farting on.
It's Bohemian Rhapsody, obviously, right? There was an incident to the... Say again?
Yeah, it looks like the flag. Yeah, it's the flag.
It was an incident terrible, as only grateful that my balloons were not damaged.
There's this huge bang from the stage, and then next second, another bang in the sky beside us.
And from amidst the smoke, a cage appeared out of nowhere. And the cage fell from the sky like a stone and crashed onto the crystal tower.
Well, we didn't get a good look inside the cage, but no one went near it after it crashed into the tower.
She's still got that same animation where she's playing with the coin, huh? Can I just
I tried to learn how to roll a coin across my knuckles. It didn't go so well. I could kind of do it after a bit of practice, but I wasn't very good.
See, I do kind of like make things go between my fingers, but the problem is I don't have that one where like it's infinite. Because like I always get this point where I end up the pen ends up being between my pinky and my ring finger, and I can't get it back to my index finger for whatever reason. So I'll just kind of go like that. I know that's not the fancy way that people get it done, but like I just twirl the pens between my fingers individually, just kind of like use my thumb to do it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a detail in the witness testimony I have not heard mentioned until now. Specifically, that there were 2 explosions. More precisely, 2 explosions in 2 separate places, yes. When the demonstration began, the balloon carrying 2 witnesses was around here. There were other balloons here nearby at the time, carrying other passengers as well, to be clear. Then as power was applied to the machine from the demonstration, the first explosion occurred. The so-called bird cage that contained the victim disappeared from the stage, and a moment later, the second explosion occurred directly adjacent to the balloon carrying the witnesses. The bird cage appeared at the site of the explosion, subsequently to plummet down into the crystal tower. I was also very surprised. Suddenly a cage appeared before my eyes with a person inside. The bless was so hard, but I didn't want to miss a thing, so I kept my eyes wide. I was looking to see if the other balloon would spawn back in, or if he'd run out balloons, just spawn right back in.
Yeah.
I still have lots of money.
Yeah, really, Mr. Moneybags here buying balloons.
Can you give me some of that money, kid? I'm told he's a young noble of Bohemian royalty. Apparently disguised himself in order to steal a notice into the great exhibition. Yeah, I am here in London on the sightseeing trips with my elementary school. I did kind of get to Brian's accent again, fuck. We'll have the benefit of the child's point of view in the testimony. We really need that? Wait, where did your things go? Then I've removed my mask. This is what I look like.
Yes, I see it. The rifle face, I'm sure. The face of a murderer.
So everyone says so. Great disguise, then. The point is, the testimony from these witnesses further substantiates the fact for the court. Namely, that despite ending in an explosion, instantaneous kinesis is successfully demonstrated. And furthermore, that until the arrival of the police, no one approached the Crystal Tower where the victim fell. Therefore, only the accused, who was with Mr. Assman at the time, on the stage, could have committed the murder. Yes, my lord.
So how does this prove it was murder and not accidental again?
I don't know. It's just like, literally half of these things are just like, well, something happened, therefore it had to be murder. How? Because I said so, but in Dracula's voice. Is basically how it fucking went. My George. I hate his hat. I feel like he's gonna burn himself. There were 3 balloons flying above the experimental station at the time, I understand.
Oh. Sì, all of them are bellissimo bambini.
They're a very popular signore. Some people will pay £10 for one ride. £10? That's more than my annual stipend. £20 a month? That is my pocket money. Royals have all the luck. Fucking right.
I got up there for free, I did. I played the old, I work for Her Majesty's police card, you know?
Alexis has all the luck. They're so popular. Why would you only be operating a small number of balloons, though?
Because if I have too many in the sky, they could crash into each other.
The operators for the balloons are decided by lots, with each operator manning a particular area. Seeing the one above the public superintendent stage is the most profitable. Oh god, I kind of mixed their... No, I mixed them! Hold on. Mamma mia, I'm talking like a Mario now! It's definitely Italian. Mamma mia, okay, I go from the... I go to a little deeper Italian. The other Persinados, they hate me.
Boy, I can fill you in there, my lord.
So, you actually saw the accident happen from the air?
Yep, an amazing what a detective gets to do, eh? I'm telling you, Odo, being a lawyer is a mug's game. You should join the force and we can go flying together.
You know me so well. Yeah, well, anyway, can you tell us exactly what you saw, do you think?
Everything. We saw everything, because we were above it all.
I love just how straight-faced she's being. It's just like, usually she's so animated, but it's just kind of like a... Idiot, we saw everything. What do you mean? Like,
we saw everything, Odo.
We saw... Look into my eyes, we saw everything. I see into your soul, Mr. Odo. And I don't like it.
I just noticed the little bohemian boy's button is a smiley face.
Oh my god, it is.
That dodgy cove climbing into the cage and that dodgy professor pulling all them levers.
Yeah, he is kind of dodgy.
That's when it happened. That's when there was that massive bang and the cage disappeared. Just like that.
There's certainly all the territory if you can pull out your sister.
I I didn't know what to make of it. But then there was another bang, right in me ear. I looked round, and there was another huge fireball right next to us in the sky, and there was nothing there before.
Master Gods, what does your memory of the day differ? My teacher at elementary school says that when you meet someone for the first time, you should always have the full name. What was it again? Joseph Gottfried Sigmund Orstein. Just the 4 names then? The point is, do you have something to say? Something to add in response to Detective Gina Lestrade's last remark, perhaps?
Wait, get right, Odo. It's Inspector Lestrade.
Why does everyone have a problem with how I address them at the moment? That is not what I saw. Oh? There was a second explosion and it was right beside the balloon. That is true. But I'm sure.
Which is what I said, isn't it? 1 minute there is nothing there, and the next a massive explosion.
My teacher at elementary school says when someone is speaking, if you are rude enough to interrupt, you have the most awful life imaginable! I did really hit German by accident there.
Just the you'll have a terrible life.
It's so good.
It's so funny.
It really is. Are all Bohemians brought up to be so full of joy?
Is joy the word?
I know, I was about to ask that. That's when saw the second explosion happened next to a balloon I clearly witnessed. A green balloon flying in the sky. A green balloon?
Eh? You what? I never saw nothing like that.
Well, I did. I saw it and you can't say I didn't. I took a bit to the cousin, screaming, crying, a little baby boy. Wah, wah, wah! But that's what he said through the Bohemian prince. You cannot say the lies. That is not allowed. Wah, wah, wah!
Playing the bleeding royalty card, are you? Typical.
As the orphan who likes to remind people she works for Her Majesty's police. Let me take a look at that thing. Yeah, okay, we do have that, yeah. A green balloon, you say? Are you sure about that? Oh, of course I'm sure. I'm a Bohemian prince, and these questions are making me boring. I think you mean bored. Fuck you! English is very annoying. The language of my countrymen is far superior. Ragazzo, it is very wrong to lie. Lie? What? Mamma mia, go a little lower. Flying balloons that never explode for the same reason the planets never explode. It's logical. Please tell me that doesn't mean logical. If you insult me, you insult all of Bohemia. Badia. I have the army coming to you stupid balloons under the sky. All of them. Little fucking psychopath of the day, baby. Here you are, Your Highness. I did too much. If only all international incidents were so easily resolved.
Now that the peaceful relations have been restored here in the country, the court perhaps we can return to the testimony. Did you also see the moment the cage materialized, Mr. Lone? Mamma mia, God, the Lord. No, I did not see the explosion myself, however. Did you see that actually happen? No, in reality I did not. I saw it after it hit the tower. There was a grand confusion down around the stage. I ran to see what happened. I was terrorized by the idea of one of my balloons had crashed. Those they are his livelihood. But when I looked up at the sky, all my precious balloons were still there.
I saw it though. I saw it slam into the tower. After all, I am a detective.
That doesn't mean
now.
you saw it. It means you should probably tell the truth. Then tell us what you saw, Inspector Lestrade.
That's what I like to hear.
Was it you who gave the order to keep the people away?
Eh? Use your head, Odo. How could it have been me? I was up in the balloon, weren't I?
Right.
So cause I weren't available, it was the boss who had to leg it over there. He was getting shoved and kicked all over by the panicking spectators as he tried to steal off the scene. It was a real sight to behold, I can tell you. Amazing.
Poor Inspector Gregson.
So anyway, I couldn't see the stage that well because of all the smoke. No, I didn't really want to see, to be honest. I was scared out of me wits.
Keep it together, Inspector. The prosecution is really asserting that the demonstration was genuine. But what if it was actually some kind of switch-around trick instead? That would mean that the victim was never actually on the stage in the first place. Two explosions would have thrown everyone watching into a panic for sure. I think I need to find out more about what exactly people saw at the time. I want to present the green cloth here, but it's not a contradiction, that's the problem. Nope.
Yeah, it's always so annoying because it's just like...
It's like what?
Well, I mean, it's just like, come on, man. You know, where it's like, I see what I need to say, why can't I say it?
Oh! There we go.
Hooray.
Mr. Lin, in your testimony, you said that all three of your balloons had been operating at the time were undamaged. See, that is correct. They had been caught in the explosions. It would have been terrible. I wonder if you might know what this is. I think it might be, see, part of a balloon, a burnt piece of fabric of the envelope. Sorry, the envelope? Pardon, that is the large round part of the balloon which becomes filled with hot air. It is made from a very thick fabric lined with rubber. You don't want it to rip when you're in the sky. Just as I thought. This piece of cloth was found near the site of the experimentation. In other words of... This piece of cloth was found near the experimentation stage. In other words, as Master Gotts testified, the green balloon did indeed explode that day. Eh? Eh? If all the balloons in the sky above the experimentation stage belong to you, Mr. Loon, then your statement that they were undamaged clearly contradicts the evidence. No!
Well, I saw that there. Why didn't I say so?
Oh no, 10 whole pounds for experience. How awful.
It's the fucking Watergate thing. Submarine, Ocean Gate, there we go.
The instantaneous kinesis did occur, but after the explosion on the stage, the point of materialization shifted to a location occupied by a balloon. An unfortunate traffic accident as it were, but it changes nothing about the pertinent facts. This I cannot accept! Why not, Mr. Loon? You are suggesting that I am a liar! The person died in the balloon incident! There's no need to get fired up, Mr. Loon. The victim was the sole fatality that day. That's right, and I prove it! Officer Loon is not a liar! There's no such balloon in the sky. This is not possible! You're saying it's impossible. Why? This court has more important matters to discuss than the number of balloons that are operating that day. Aye!
But we can't ignore the fact that nobody appears to have known anything about the other balloon until now. My lord. The defense calls for further testimony from Mr. Loon.
Ah! Grazie, my lord.
Alright, here's what we're gonna do, guys. As I said, I'm gonna be going on vacation soon, which means I have to cut this stream into 2 episodes. They'll be posted on 2 separate Saturdays while I'm gone, 'cause I'm not gonna be posting for basically a whole fucking week. I won't be streaming for basically 2 weeks. So what we're gonna do right here is we're gonna end this recording. Everyone on YouTube, thank you very much for joining out with me today. I hope you had a fantastic time. Everyone on YouTube, you all stay safe, stay Botanist Cool, and we'll see you on the next recording. Bye, YouTube.
Bye.